You're in a team meeting. A co-worker named Sarah smiles warmly, nods at everything you say, and volunteers to help with your project. Later, in the break room, she tells another colleague, "I just don't think they really know what they're doing." Same smile, same soft voice. You feel it instantly. That strange friction between what you saw and what you now hear. But you can't quite name it, because Sarah is nice. Everyone says so. So why does something feel off? This is the quiet, invisible territory of people who wear niceness like a second skin. Not because they feel it, but because it works. And understanding the psychology behind that mask isn't about cynicism. It's about learning to see what genuine warmth looks like versus what only performs it. Let's break down what's really happening when someone pretends to be nice. Psychologists call agreeableness a personality trait, the tendency to be cooperative, compassionate, and trusting. Genuinely agreeable people feel discomfort when others hurt. Their kindness costs them nothing because it's not a performance, it's a reflex. But there's another version, performative agreeableness. This is when someone uses the behaviors of niceness, smiling, agreeing, offering help, as tools to manage how others see them without any of the internal emotional reality. Think of it as social camouflage. The person blends in by mimicking warmth, but underneath, their goals are different. Control, status, safety, or simply avoiding conflict. Here's a simple way to picture it. Imagine two people holding an umbrella over you in the rain. One does it because they hate seeing you wet. The other does it, so you'll remember they held the umbrella. Same action, completely different engine. Humans learn social behaviors through reinforcement. You smile, someone smiles back. You help, someone thanks you. Over time, your brain links niceness to positive outcomes. For most people, that reinforcement also builds genuine empathy. They start to feel good when others feel good. But for a subset of people, often those with high social anxiety, narcissistic traits, or early conditioning around conditional love, niceness becomes purely transactional. They learn that being nice gets them things: approval, safety, favors, reputation. The reward never transforms into genuine care. It stays a strategy. Think about a child who only receives affection when they're polite and quiet. They learn kindness is the price of love. As adults, they may become exquisitely nice, but inside there's resentment, exhaustion, or detachment. They're not warm, they're compliant. And compliance is not the same as kindness. Micro scenario. At a dinner party, one guest asks everyone about their lives, laughs at every joke, and clears the plates without being asked. Later, in the car, their partner says, "You seemed tired." They reply, "I can't stand any of them. But if I'm not nice, they'll talk about me." That's performative agreeableness in action. Awareness takeaway. Pay attention to what happens after someone is nice. Do they seem relieved the performance is over? Do they complain about the people they just helped? Genuine kindness leaves no emotional debt. Performative niceness often does. Here's where it gets more complex. Many people who pretend to be nice don't know they're pretending. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort we feel when our actions don't match our beliefs. If I see myself as a good person, but I secretly resent everyone I'm nice to, that creates tension. So my brain resolves it, not by changing my behavior, but by changing the story. I'm not pretending. I'm just polite. I don't actually dislike them. They're just exhausting. Being nice is the right thing to do. My feelings don't matter. Over time, the person builds a layer of self-deception so thick they can't see their own mask. They genuinely believe they're kind. Meanwhile, everyone around them feels a subtle unease because actions without emotional congruence leak out in micro-expressions, tone shifts, and passive-aggressive comments. Original metaphor. Imagine a radio playing a happy song, but the volume keeps flickering. That's the sound of someone saying, "I'd love to help," while their jaw stays tight. The signal is clean. The static underneath tells the real story. Micro scenario. A friend always offers to listen to your problems, but when you talk, they glance at their phone, finish your sentences, or give advice that feels dismissive. If you ask, "Are you okay with this?" they look genuinely confused. Of course, I'm a good listener. They're not lying. They believe it. But the belief is built on a foundation of cognitive dissonance, not reality. Awareness takeaway. Trust emotional resonance over behavior. Someone can do all the right, nice things and still leave you feeling unseen. That's not your oversensitivity. That's your brain detecting a mismatch between performance and presence. But here's what most people miss. Pretending to be nice isn't always about hiding selfishness. Sometimes it's about hiding fear, and that changes everything. For many, fake niceness is not a weapon. It's a shield. These individuals learned early that direct disagreement leads to punishment, withdrawal of love, or explosive arguments. So they developed a survival strategy. Never say no. Never show anger. Always agree. Always smooth things over. On the surface, they seem incredibly kind. But inside, they're running a different calculation. If I am nice enough, no one will attack me. If I never disagree, I will be safe. This is not manipulation with malicious intent. It's a trauma-driven pattern. But the effect on relationships is the same: dishonesty. Because real connection requires authentic friction, the ability to say, "I don't like that," without the world ending. People who pretend to be nice out of fear never learn this skill, so they accumulate silent resentment. Then one day they explode, ghost you, or sabotage something behind your back, leaving you stunned. But they were always so nice. Yes, that was the problem. Micro scenario. A team member agrees to every deadline, every request, every change. Then, 2 days before launch, they disappear. No call, no explanation. When confronted, they say quietly, "I couldn't say no. I didn't know how." The niceness was real in its intention, but it was also a cage. Awareness takeaway. Genuine kindness includes the ability to disappoint people cleanly. If someone never says no, never expresses irritation, never disagrees, that's not virtue. That's a locked door, and behind it, pressure is building. Here's the part almost no one talks about. Pretending to be nice doesn't just fool others. It slowly erodes the pretender's own capacity for real connection. Think about it. Every time someone performs warmth they don't feel, they teach their brain that social interaction is a script. Over years, the script becomes automatic. But automatic is not intimate. They end up surrounded by people who like the mask, not them. And they can never take the mask off because they're terrified of what's underneath, the exhaustion, the resentment, the loneliness of never being truly known. So they double down, nicer, smoother, more agreeable, and the gap between their performance and their inner world grows wider. This is the quiet tragedy of performative niceness. It's not a strategy for winning. It's a strategy for surviving. But survival is not the same as living. And people on the receiving end eventually feel it, that hollow echo behind every smile. Remember Sarah from the team meeting? The one who smiled while helping, then criticized you behind your back? Now you see her differently. She's not a villain. She's someone who learned that niceness controls how she's seen, and that honesty might cost her something. She uses agreeableness to avoid conflict, to manage her reputation, to feel safe. But the cost is invisible. No one truly trusts her, and she probably doesn't even know why. The next time you feel that subtle friction, someone's warmth that doesn't quite land, words that feel rehearsed, a smile that doesn't reach their eyes, don't dismiss it. Your brain is doing something intelligent. It's detecting the difference between kindness as a feeling and kindness as a function. One connects, the other manages. Here's something worth sitting with. Think about the last time you were nice when you didn't feel it. Not because you had to be, but because you were afraid of what would happen if you weren't. Was that kindness? Or was it a mask you put on for your own protection? And here's the deeper question, one that doesn't judge, only asks. If you took the mask off, who would still stay?